They brought us to this country as a labor force. We built a foundation and they hate us for it. They hate us for it. We built a foundation and they ain't pay us for it. They ain't pay us for it, but they gon' pay for it. Already prayed for it. Non-believers and pray for us. Non-believers and pray for us. We're black and we built a foundation. Stone by stone, generation to generation. Vultures said we had no culture. Them vultures got a Jay-Z poster. Them vultures got a lacy culture. Vultures eat what they didn't kill. Vultures sleep what they didn't build. They brought us to this country as a labor force. We built the foundation and they hate us for it. We built the foundation and they ain't pay us for it. They ain't pay for it, but they gon' pay for it. Already paid for it. Nobody prayed for it. Nobody was in pray for us. Nobody was in pray for us. We're black and we built the foundation. Stone by stone, generation to generation. Vultures said we had no culture. And vultures got a Jay-Z poster. Them vultures got a lacy poster.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Who was that? That's Blue. Blue. Yeah, where's the clip of Ryan Coogler from the FBA? Yeah, I gotta get that. You're exactly right, my guy. Quick live, quick late live. Something quick. Want to just do a recap on some stuff because I was going through my phone, and I build with you guys. You feel me? We exchange ideas. Some of you guys email me. I got some people who text me. You dig? And people got my Facebook. They be sending me information, and I be having exchanges, right? Positive B1 exchanges with them. You dig? And I was going through my phone, through my photos, and I forgot what I sent to them. I said, wow. So I want to tackle that. You dig? If you don't mind. Hold on. So somebody sent me a link. Let me check out the link that was sent to me to check out. Finally, black people have something Trump will hate because it never fails to beat white supremacy. This is Defiant Lawyers Network. Education and Justice, how public schools fail African American males. Okay, so somebody sent me a link to this. I'll check it out later. You feel me? I'll let you know what I think about it a little later. All right. So thank you for that. I'll take a look at that a little later. What is this? Oh, I know. I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk about Soul City. I didn't get a chance to before. I mean, I did before, but I'm saying like just to sum it up, because sometimes you got to circle your wagons. You did. So let me. Give me a second, family. All right, okay, Soul City. Just a quick recap on Soul City and a few things that we touched on before. You dig it? All right. Okay, shit. I was gonna take off. Okay, cool. All right, we got it. Peace, FBA, do what? Pretty quick live. I wasn't gonna go live at all. It was late. I said, let me just take it down early. I said, you know what? Let me just put this out real fast. I got like two things really. Be short live. Okay, so Soul City. In a nutshell, Soul City was a bold experiment in Black economic self-determination and urban planning, intended to be a new town, okay, built from the ground up in rural North Carolina during the early 1970s. So this is beyond uh, Jim Crow. Jim Crow is supposed to have ended, right? People would say racism was over. That's what the trolls would say. Ain't no more racism after the civil rights movement in 1968. All right, then I say, well, explain Soul City. All right. So the vision for this city post uh Jim Crow during integration, the vision and reason for Soul City, right? The project, now keep in mind, it was going back to North Carolina to kind of rebuild Black Wall Street. All right. This was a planned city. Okay. So the project was spearheaded by Floyd McKissick, a prominent civil rights leader and former head of Congress of Racial Equality Corps. Okay, economic empowerment. The primary goal was to create a Black-owned and operated city that will provide jobs, housing, and social services specifically for Black Americans, acting as a beacon of Black power within the system. But this was not a segregated city. You know, whites, Hispanics, Asians, anybody could buy property, anybody could live there. It just so happened that they were the populace was majority Black. All right. So anyway, so I'm gonna throw that out there. Oh, you got a Black majority cities. Why you can't have a white segregated? Nah, this wasn't that. Okay, the news try to spin it to that. But countering the Great Migration, right? McKissick wanted to provide an alternative to the crowded. You know, I talk about overcrowding all the time. So when I talk about events in Black history, family, back 1933, 1901, you got to really remember this, because now when I talk about this right now, you'll know what I'm reading. But if you don't have a thorough foundation of what was, you won't know why people were doing stuff in 1970. And certain words mean something. Like, for example, it said an alternative to the crowded. The crowded means the overcrowded due to the zoning laws, the restrictive covenants, like those provide this overcrowdedness in the Black community. So anyway, so this was an alternative to the crowded, decaying urban centers of the North, encouraging Black people to stay in or return to the South to build their own prosperity. Federal integration. It was one of the first and only Black-led projects to receive funding under the Urban Growth and New Community Development Act of 1970, a federal program designed to create planned, sustainable satellite cities. So you see, if anything's going to happen with us, it's going to be on a federal level. States saying they ain't got our back. That's why reparations, we know who to attack, who to address. So now, what happened to Soul City? What happened to it? Okay, so while Soul City did achieve some milestones, such as building a massive regional water system that still serves the area today, it never reached a projected population of 44,000. All right, several factors led to this decline. So political sabotage. So this is all these people who said Jim Crow ended 1968. We're all fair, ain't no more racism. Bullshit. This is post Jim Crow. This is during integration in the 1970s. Political sabotage. Were the Karens out there caping for us when the political sabotage was popping? Where were the Karens? Okay, so the project faced intense opposition from North Carolina politicians, okay? Most notably, Senator Jesse Helms, who viewed the Black-run city as a threat and worked to undermine its federal funding. They're trying to cut the federal funding. All right. So economic recessions, the oil crisis, and economic downturns of the mid 1970s made it extremely difficult to attract the large-scale manufacturing industries that Soul City needed to provide a stable job base for residents. All right, then you had the negative media campaigns. This is why they're not coming with the jobs. These industrial businesses, these factories, negative media campaigns, national media outlets. What did I say? Did I say regional? Did I say local? Did I say statewide? I said national media outlets. Specifically, the Raleigh News and Observer ran series of articles alleging financial mismanagement and fraud. Okay, they were lying, unlike Garvey. Okay, so federal pullout. What happened? Although a subsequent Gale audit cleared McKissick of any wrongdoing, so he was cleared, unlike Marcus Garvey, the damage was done. The defamation, the agenda, the narrative was already done. The Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, eventually withdrew its support and foreclosed on the project in 1979. Okay, so this Soul City versus modern delineation movements, the failure of Soul City is often cited by proponents, activists, anybody, of why building separate is often met with state-sponsored law and order interference. So anybody who's talking about a black city plan and all this foolishness, this is what you're up against every time. Okay, media backlash and the Karens, you best believe they will support every last lie of the propaganda machine. Okay, hold on. So now I wanna talk about the other cities. Okay, so watch this. Watch this. Y'all ready? Are you ready? Okay. So while Soul City was thrust into the national spotlight through negative media reports of mismanagement, okay, the Karens didn't protest. Oh, this is wrong. All this fake news. You're going to undermine the plot of Soul City, helping out blacks for jobs. And you see, white supremacists never talk about this. Oh, or tethers. Hey, well, you guys don't have no money. You guys don't have nothing. Okay, can you explain Soul City? Now, explain this happening in your areas. It doesn't happen. Okay, so while they were given our program for this one city in North Carolina negative attention, right? Media blasting us, changing the narrative, acting like we're a bunch of morons running a city. Look what happened on the other side of the fence. Other cities in the same federal program. What did I say? Other cities in the same federal program. There was other cities there. They were largely left alone. Okay? With some achieving massive commercial and social success. Altogether, 13 new towns were established under the National Urban Policy and New Community Development Act of 1970, Title VII, receiving federal loan guarantees of up to $50 million each city. The 13 federal new towns, these 13 communities were part of the primary HUD funded project intended to curb urban sprawl and create racially and economically mixed environments. So they had 13 of these cities that the federal government was backing, $50 million each. All of them but one were white, one was black. So when it's time for us to level up, what happens? What happens? So you had the Wooded Lands in Texas, you had Columbia, St. Charles in Maryland, you had Jonathan, Minnesota, you had Maumelle, Arkansas, you had Flower Mound, Texas, you had Harvest Sun, South Carolina, you had Cedar Riverside, Minnesota. Damn, Minnesota. Whoa. Park Forest, South Illinois. You had Shenandoah, Georgia. You had Soul City, North Carolina, part of the 13. You had Gananda, New York. You had Rivertown, New York. You had Newfields, Ohio. Okay, so the success stories, right, were to happen with the other 12 cities because they were left alone. So if you would have left Soul City alone, it would have prospered like the other cities. The most successful of these cities had rich developers and massive private sector backing that shielded them from the type of political and media scrutiny faced by Soul City. But we know they would have never um, even got that because white supremacy don't attack white supremacy. Okay, so just briefly, the Woodlands, Texas. This is considered the crown jewel of the program. Founded by oil billionaire George Mitchell, it received a $50 million HUD loan and utilized cutting edge ecological planning. Today, it is a worldwide, today it is a world class, today, that means it's existing today. Today, it's a world class destination with over 118,000 residents and is consistently named one of the best places to live in America, family. So, one of the best places to live in America voted. One of the places voted the best place to live in America was funded by this government loan, this federal loan. Okay. You got Columbia, Maryland. While technically a certificate of eligibility community, it followed the HUD model closely. Developer James Rouse focused on building a socially better place where all races live together. It is now a highly affluent, thriving city of over 100,000 people. Right. So two of them. Then we got Maumelle, Arkansas, originally a sleepy hut, new town. It has grown into a thriving suburb of Little Rock with high property values and a stable population. All right. So all of them picked up after this program. Right. We didn't have our city never had a chance. Their media, their white supremacy media attacked it and it got defunded. It got defunded. All right, now let me find my text, my photos. We'll go with something. You know what I mean? A little quick live. I mean, something like a little quick live, something like that too long. Okay. Oh, look through my photos. They got my favorite song on a jukebox playing. My favorite friend behind the bar keeps saying, "Hey, that's no, 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 no. I don't want that. 7272 plus. Where are my photos? 1 second. Because I look for. There we go. All right. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't got it. That she can jump on. So what y'all think? Soul City, and this is my case in point city, or post integration example that white supremacy ain't go nowhere. What happened to the North? All this media that was campaigning to destroy Soul City before it got started. Where was the opposite media? Like right now, you have ICE, you have conservative media blasting ICE protesters, and you have on the other side meeting them halfway. You got media, liberal media, that's pro ICE supporters, ICE protesters, not ICE supporters, ICE protesters. You got liberal media who are pro ICE protesters, and they're supporting them. They're saying they're giving reverse or counter propaganda. They're saying ICE agents are doing things illegal. They're brutal. It's unnecessary. Family, when did the Karen ever represent us and defend us? They do now with the illegals. And when did liberal Democrat media ever defend us when conservative media was bashing us? Because this would have been a great time to do it. Say, nah, leave that city alone, man. Y'all doing that only because they black. They foundational. You hating. Yeah, leave them alone. Don't defund them. That'd be wrong. That'd be blatant racism. You defund them. Give them a chance. Let them go. We ordered them. The money's good. Let them go. Nope. Defunded us and liberal media was quiet. So I'm going to keep exposing the hypocrisy, the double standard, the contradictions. All right. So don't tell me nothing about no damn ICE, man. Leave ICE alone and try to have us focus on something else. So like I said, this was a quick one. I want to keep this where it's at, a video by itself. I don't want to add to this. Quick little live. And I'm going to, name it the right name properly. Yeah, man. Soul City. I got another video already in my video archive, but this was like a quick, that was more in depth. So if you want to know more about it, go to my video archives, FBA News and Updates. But this was a quick one. But check this out. So this is my backup, this is my other channel where I'm gonna do more of everything there. Where it's not gonna be so serious like I am on this channel. I'm gonna be playing around, goofing off, playing videos, giving commentary, and that video is for the family. If you want to hop on, have fun, clown some of the videos. I'm gonna be playing a lot of ICE agents beating up on Karens, locking folks up. I'll play like body cam, police body cams. They're funny, and I got a whole host of a bunch of white tee cops being locked up for DUI. Oh, this is how that's my favorite to watch the white tee cops on duty in full uniform being locked up for DUI. So that's for tomorrow. So I'm gonna put this link in the chat. Have fun with me, family. The link it won't be so serious. Like I won't really be debating unless somebody's blatantly disrespectful. But that channel ain't really for like to debate. I'm sure Tether will call in, or white tea supremacists, or some type of liberal libtard might call in, and they'll get to work. But yeah, that right there, that link is just to have fun, clown around. We ain't so serious. Because it's kind of hard to go live like I am right now. That's why the times be kind of off. You feel me? Because when you're out and about, you can't really be so. You can't really talk like this as a foundation Black American. You be out at, hey man, look, he's hating on immigrants, whatever. So I figure let me mix it up. Let me have this channel where I just play videos, give a little commentary. I could pick my shots when I speak and cook on. We'll be watching. I'm also going to tackle an update with the Corey Holcomb and Duke Duke Jackson. Like, see, those type of topics I'll never cover on this channel, because this channel is serious. This channel is about delineation, reparations, and defending our lineage name, and also advocating our talking points. So this is like a serious channel. I don't want to goof off too much here, but this backup channel, we're gonna get messy. I'm gonna play some of Tariq Nasheed and the Barbs, Nicki Minaj Barbs. You dig? I'm gonna play the messy stuff. I'm gonna play a lot of controversy, messy stuff. Who knows? Maybe Cardi B and Diggs. Who knows? His name is Diggs. You dig? So I gotta cover that. But yeah, so if y'all want to have fun and just sit back and don't take it so seriously, that is for that. All right, family. So subscribe there if you're into that. And I am out of here, man. Soul City, keep this on your mind. Keep this on your mind. When people talk about what did we do and they know racism after 1968, you bring up Soul City. 13 cities. They didn't even let us get a chance to either fail or succeed. They killed the money immediately. Like, white supremacy are so afraid of us, man. They are so afraid of us getting our shit together. They are so afraid of one Black town being successful. They don't want to see shit. They want to keep their fake stereotypical belief about us that we're just lazy, we won't produce anything, and Tether's like to come by and parrot that. Yeah, we got no love for them like that. the tether class, not the whole time country, the tether class. Family, thank you very much. I'm out.